Hey everyone, it's Kathleen from Inspired Soul, and I'm just going to do this video off the cuff because I just came in from an evening that was inspiring and just left me feeling so positive and joyful, and I wanted to share it with you guys really quickly. The message that I want to give across to all of you is this. If you are given an opportunity to share your heart, to share your soul, to share your beautiful essence with a stranger, then I encourage you to go for it. Yes, you have to have discernment. You have to know through your intuitive part of you that it is safe to do so. And I would say that most often you will feel that, because maybe it's naive to say, but I do believe that most people are good. Most people have a beautiful heart that they just want to share with the world. And so this evening I had the experience where I went out, I wanted to get out, let off some steam at the end of a work week, and I followed my intuitive guidance of where to go, and I went to some place where I could be on the water, have a little cocktail, and just enjoy myself after a kind of a tough week. And so I often will pray to my angels and guides for support in a variety of ways and for a variety of things. And so this evening as I was driving, I asked for their support in helping me to have an evening where I would meet some interesting people and have some interesting conversations. And that is exactly what happened. And when I got to the restaurant, there was a seat right there at the bar, and I sat down and I proceeded to meet some really cool people. And it was a positive vibe all around, and I was able to connect with a gentleman on my left, a gentleman on my right, and it was an awesome evening all around. The gentleman on my right, who was there with a friend of his, he was such a cool guy. He had such a big heart. He was a big, hefty guy and had a joyful demeanor. And it was so fun to connect with him. And over the course of our conversation, I found out that he had had a lot of loss in his life. The first experience of death that he had was when he was 6 years old, and a friend of his got killed in a motorcycle accident. He was riding his bike and got hit by a motorcycle. He lost his mom at a very young age. He was 18, and when he started to share this experience, he was tearing up, and he started to apologize for getting emotional, and I just shut that down and didn't allow that, because I thought it was a beautiful thing that he was so vulnerable and willing to open up in the way that he was. And so I think because he felt safe knowing that I wasn't going to judge that, he was able to open up, and it was a beautiful exchange that we had. And we talked about the losses that we had, and he also shared that his friend, this girl that was with him, co-worker, she had just suffered the loss of her dad days ago, which was kind of mind-blowing for me, realizing that she was out and trying to enjoy herself with her friend in the midst of loss that she was going through. And so I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I felt called to share the fact that I have experienced many losses in my life, and that I have just published a book of poetry and prose, and that many of the pieces in my book deal with grief and loss. And I shared with them, and they were eager to know more about my book and have plans to purchase it. And I truly hope that if they do purchase my book, that they will find some comfort in the words that I have written. That is my ultimate goal in publishing my book, is to touch the hearts of other people and to help them to know that I understand the loss and the grief and the other things that they may be experiencing in their lives. And that's what it's all about, my friends. I truly feel that we are being called more than ever right now to connect with one another on a heartfelt way, authentically. There is nothing that can compare to that connection with another human in a physical, real way, not through social media, not through technology, but in real life. So many of us are really yearning for those connections. And so if you have the opportunity, my message here, I guess, is this: if you have the opportunity to connect with another, with a stranger, and to open your heart and to share of yourself and to connect at that level of the heart and the soul, then please have the courage to do it. The world needs you to do it. Because when you do that, you are helping to heal. You really are helping to heal, to connect, and to help to remind another that we are truly all connected as divine sparks. That is my belief. We are all created from the divine. We are connected at the heart and soul level. And when we can be courageous enough to open ourselves and share with others, especially about those difficult experiences, such as grief, such as loss, such as struggle and pain, then it can truly be a beautiful, rewarding, and uplifting experience all around. And beautiful blessings can come from that. Real, tangible, beautiful blessings, such as what happened this evening for me. And this may sound ridiculous, but I feel it was a beautiful blessing that was given to me, in that these wonderful souls that I connected with and shared with, they felt the desire to put my dinner and my drink on their tab. It was completely unnecessary, but it was a beautiful, kind, generous thing that they did, and I was truly grateful and humbled, and I thank God for that beautiful gift. So anyway, friends, I'm going to sign off now, but I hope this message finds you well, and I hope that if you are given the opportunity to connect with a stranger in a way that feels safe in a way that will help you expand yourself and challenge yourself, then you go for it, okay? You won't regret it. I promise that. You won't regret it. All right. Take care. Bye.